In 1874, Sir Jules Janssen became an accidental pioneer in technology by creating what was possibly the first piece of moving images in Passage de Venus, which not only fixed the dilemma of how to capture said passage, but also pioneered the new frontier, the exhibition of film. The story of Janssen's photography, however, does not start with Janssen, but rather in the 1700s, specifically 1761 and 1769, where attempts to photograph it failed due to an effect known as the black drop, which completely ruined the photographs and made it impossible at the time to capture. But in the peak of the Industrial Revolution, there was now more developed technology that could finally allow the ability to capture the upcoming 1874 passage. And around this point is where Janssen comes in. An accomplished man already, most known for discovering helium in 1868, his impressive resume got him a job at the Académie des Sciences in 1873, where, a year later, the French government asked the Académie to photograph the phenomenon, to which they agreed. The commission was on. Janssen and his team now had two main objectives. One, to find the shooting locations, and two, what instruments could potentially be used for the expedition. One of the stations chosen was Yokohama, led by Janssen, along with Campbell Island, St. Paul, Noumea, Peking, and Sejong. Now, they just had to worry about the equipment. According to the official Harvard document, the 1874 transit observed in Japan by the French, it gives an abridged description by Sir Damos, who worked with Janssen on the expedition, stating Janssen, along with not only using the commissioned materials, but also two refractors of 8-inch and 6-inch aperture, and a photographic equilateral using daguerreotypes, along with some other photographic cameras and a photographic revolver. The photographic revolver was a challenging thing to pull off, though, because according to F. Launay and P.D. Hingel's piece, The Gentle Slide, there were two main attempts at pulling it off. The first was supposed to be a clockwork method, where a plate and shutter had taken the place of a current made by clockmaker Eugene Deschamps, who was scrapped for making too many vibrations. He then asked Antonio Redier and his son to have the slit rotate continuously, which stopped during the exposures, which is explained in the science journal Le Science. Probably worth noting that Janssen also got 3 designs from Warner de la Rue, but those didn't really lead into anything, so it's not really worth mentioning. But now, after all the time consumption from all this photographic revolver making, Janssen now had his camera and came to Yokohama. And after almost getting lost from 2 successive typhoons in the South China Sea, he divided his team into 2 groups. One team of 8 went to Capri Hill in Nagasaki, and another 2 went to Kobe. On the 9th of December 1874, Janssen cabled Sir George Airy, who was also trying to make a similar device, and claimed that 2 members at Kobe were successfully able to capture the passage. In his official report to the Academy of Sciences, Janssen states that Almeida had 47 photos of the solar limb for the interior contact, even if the images were weak and so the planets were cut, which is also why Le Science proclaimed it as a failure. Most viewed the Janssen plates as a success, especially Janssen, who was mostly proud of the fact that Janssen's camera was able to capture Venus's atmosphere during the transit. After the immediate success of capturing the passage, Janssen proposed several new purposes for the revolver, such as recording the cornea of the solar eclipse on April 5th, 1875. So the weather ruined Janssen's plans and could also record the uninterrupted international observation of the sun's disk, which wasn't put to the test. Janssen's camera is even more important for being stated as a precursor to the movie camera, since it reportedly influenced the innovations of Edward Muybridge, Thomas Edison, the Lumiere brothers, and in 2004, the French government was able to use Janssen's design to successfully record the passage of Venus. In conclusion, Janssen became a pioneer in technology during his voyage to capture the Passage de Venus, because without his photographic revolver, the idea of the moving pictures wouldn't have existed in its final form, and hence the art of the movies as a whole.